Okay, Luke, so I've been meaning to talk to you about something. So our business keeps growing. Currently, right now, I did some research and we have 60 employees and growing. We actually have 2 people coming in for interviews. So with that being said, we have 1,200 boat clients and we have 2 trucks because the one was crashed by Brian last summer and the one we both know is going to be done in 5 years. So basically, we're going to need more trucks to haul. And if we keep expanding our clientele and everything, I really think that it would be beneficial for our company to purchase some more trucks for our fleet. So if you want to look it over,
all right.
That's my findings.
Well, you know what? I am seeing here that we probably should get some more trucks. How many are you thinking?
I'd say 4 should be our minimum. I think we need at least 6 trucks because if we have 1,200 boat clients, we at least need 6 trucks. And if we have 60 upward employees.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll look up a couple places. I've worked with a couple places in the past that have given us some good trucks. The one that we got that Brian crashed was actually our best truck. And so I'll probably be going back to that. I believe Kurt Customs was looking for some more. Had a couple trucks that we could use. So I'll call him up, give him a call, and let's take it from there.
Sounds great.
Kirk's Customs, this is Cason speaking.
Hey Kirk, this is Luke Smith over here at Gordy's. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, thanks for asking. So, what do you need today?
What I'm looking for is Brian, one of our employees. He decided to run that last truck I bought from you into a telephone pole and messed it up real good. So I've also been looking at some of our company numbers. We're trying to grow the business here, and so I'm looking at buying somewhere around 4 trucks at least, and potentially more heading down here and heading out in the future. I'm thinking I'm going to have someone stop by, and I'd like to go over it with you, see what you got in the lot there.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear about Brian and the last truck, but it's really good to see that your company numbers are coming up, and if you're looking for 4 new trucks, I might have exactly what you need. I know I have one on the lot right now that has a lot of the options. I can kind of tailor it to, especially Gordy's, being a heavy boating and towing industry. I can actually tailor some of the trucks to exactly what you need, a part of my specifications. We do most of the custom work here as well, so any other options that you'd like to add here and there can be done. So yeah, if you want to send somebody out, we can run through what I have on the lot.
All right, sounds great. One of my employees, Regina, she's available tomorrow. If that works for you, kind of interested in what time will work best for you with that. I'll have her stop out, and she'll be able to go over some of the details more in depth with you, what exactly we're looking for, and discuss some of the options and make the decision on that.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, tomorrow, probably thinking, looking at my schedule now, I'll be looking around 1 o'clock. If you have Regina come out, I'll have the truck ready and cleaned up for her, and I can run through any of the options and any other questions she has. So hopefully I'll see her tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Sounds great. Thank you so much. Hope you have a great day, and I look forward to seeing what we get done here.
Love doing business with you, Luke. Thank you again. So we'll be keeping in touch. All right, now. All right, Regina. This is one of the trucks I was thinking of.
Okay.
For you. Multiple different options, but this is number 1.
Okay, looks good so far. So everything looks great. Do you want to go over some features and benefits for me?
Absolutely. I can run through everything with you that's featured on this truck, as well as on many of our other trucks.
Okay, so let's get going on this one specifically.
So another great option as well, is equipped on this truck and many of our others, is our large wheel and tire option. These opt for more of our off-road tires, so there's going to be more of a wheel and lug on that. So it's going to be easier to pull boats out of the water, depending on which kind of ramps you use, whether they're cement or gravel. And as you can see, it's a very nice dark rim, so it can blend in and move with any other logos that you might have for your company.
It's actually a great idea because we do want to add some logos, and we are really concerned about gravel and everything because we do have very young employees driving and pulling out boats. So the better traction, the better for us and the better for them.
Perfect, and definitely employee safety is the #1 thing. So I'd like to move on to the cab next, and we can see other kind of employee benefits that would be offered with this
Sounds
truck.
great.
All right, Regina, this is one of our single cab options here. As you can see, you're already sitting inside of it, so there is plenty of space.
Yeah.
This model does seat 3 of our employees. If you do want to lift the center console up there, that's the room for 3.
Oh.
Or it can be opted for 2 as well, equipped with the seat belts for safety concerns. So this is one of our single cab options. We also have ones that are extended and longer to fit more employees. So say you guys are going on longer trips, maybe need more than 3 or 2 in the team membership, we do have those larger trucks optional for you.
I think right now we're more interested in this just because we don't want more. A lot of the kids are 16, so we wouldn't want to put 4 kids in there and then have them get a ticket or something like that. And this way it's more efficient, less people, less goofing around. So I think this is definitely, and a third could be there for helping. But definitely I like the 2-seater, no guests in the back, exactly how we want it. Business.
Very understandable. I mean, it's a great option too, especially for those shorter trips around town. You can always have a smaller cab, which reduces the weight of the vehicle extensively without those extra doors and those extra bodies in there, so it is more fuel efficient with the smaller doors. And especially if it's a lot of around town hauling, we have the option of 2 single cabs as well as 2 extended cabs. So I know you're looking for more than 1 truck, so this could be an option to put in the fleet as well.
Yeah, I definitely am liking this option so far. Let's keep going.
Perfect. All right, one of the other many options here for you, Regina, is our tow mirror package. Now, it looks like a regular mirror right here. When you're not hauling, they're nice, they're easy, and they're out of the way. But as soon as you need to haul a boat, all you have to do is flip it right up, and you have all that trailer capacity in sight, just like that.
I really like that. So will it be that easy and that accessible at all times?
Absolutely. I do have a power option as well on one of the trucks.
Okay.
So can be done from the cab. So again, if you're driving and you need those out instantly, it's much easier to use that. On this model specific though, it is just the manual version.
Okay.
So we would not be able to upgrade to that electronic version, so you'd have to stick with getting out of the cab and lifting those up yourself.
That's fine. That shouldn't be too much work. Is there any issues if they were not to put it down when they were not hauling?
If they're going to put it down when they're hauling, there's going to be a little bit of vision issue, just because it is a longer load, so they're going to have to see around towards the end. With the mount though, it's definitely going to be key for any kind of hauling source.
Okay, so this is definitely a feature that I want in all of our fleets that we're going to purchase.
I would highly suggest it.
Okay, sounds great. We'll go for it.
Alright, so moving on with our next options that we have here. We have a regular trailer hookup. Receives a regular 2-inch receiver, so that's optimal for any hitches and balls that you actually use. You also have an electronic hookup here as well for any kind of trailer lights. These do come on all of our trucks, no matter which one. This model specific does have a lift on it. It will have a 6-inch lift, so as you can see, the area from the actual hitch down is going to be a lot taller than most of the other trucks. This is the only one equipped with that though.
I do love all of the hookups. We are not so keen on the lift. We're not really into like style, we're more into better for hauling purposes.
Now, with the lift, I can see your concern, but this lift allows you to get farther into the water since you just hire out. So maybe for those shallower boats or even drop-ins, you can get farther in there. Also, lift helps trailering larger loads. You might not think it, but you do have a drop hitch that can come down, and actually the weight of the boat can be soaked up in that suspension. So that's definitely key there.
Okay, so it should not be a problem to purchase it?
Should not be a problem at all. And this, again, like I said earlier, is the only truck with the 6-inch lift. The rest are at stock height.
If we were interested in getting the lift kit off, is that something you would comply for, or?
It is a feasible option, but again, the price would reflect that, since it is work on our part as well to source a stock suspension and to lower this one as well.
Okay.
So if you'd like, we can actually move into the bed and see some of the other things as well.
Sounds great.
So just by dropping the hitch there, you can see that there is a bed liner in here as well to protect the metal, which is a very key thing, especially if you guys are doing a lot of work around water. You also have a 5th bowl hookup in the bed right there.
Is that a gooseneck?
Absolutely, same thing.
Okay.
So that's definitely key for hauling any larger loads. You can actually get the back into the boat, farther into the water with that, and haul over 30,000 pounds. So it's
Do they all
definitely key.
have that, or is that just this option?
We have 3 with that option.
Okay.
The 4th truck can have that be put on it. Again, price will reflect that, but it definitely is an option for them as well.
Understandable. And I'm just curious, what is with the pipe?
That's one of our stacks. Since this is a diesel model,
it
is, absolutely. For hauling boats, I would highly suggest it. Like we talked earlier, I talked with Luke about this on the phone. Diesel would probably be the best option, especially for hauling boats.
Okay, so I've heard the saying rolling coal. Is that what that comes from?
Yes, absolutely. All the exhaust will be piped right out of there, and the whole rolling coal deal is from the amount of power that these trucks produce. So some people might see it as a bad thing, but actually it's just a representation of how much power and torque these trucks have.
I do understand that. I do have a problem though. Most of the boats that we do haul are upwards $70,000, and they're all normally going to customers and clients, so I'm pretty sure they would not be too thrilled with a cover or without a cover if their boat is covered in coal.
Well, as an option, as on many of our trucks, they are all diesel models, so there will be a little bit of that. Since this is our only truck with the stack option, as you see, they're all routed underneath in a normal exhaust position. Now again, for an added fee, we can reroute this one for you to be just like the other trucks. This is just how we have it now, so price can reflect that.
Okay, so this is the only one with a stack?
Correct.
Okay, we can work with that.
All right.
I do think this is definitely a truck that we are interested in incorporating into our fleet. Just a little more information, and I think it should be something that I'm interested in from now.
Well, if you are interested, then why don't we just take a quick test drive?
Sounds great.
Perfect. So what'd you think of the test drive?
I thought it was actually great. I think that our employees will really be able to handle it. It drove nice, had a good turn radius, which is basically something that we really want, because when you're hauling, you got to overcompensate every turn, and that was actually really nice. Startup was a little difficult, but I'm assuming the diesels, that's normally a common issue. So there are your keys.
Thank you.
But overall, I thought it drove nice, handled well, and again, I really love that radius.
Perfect. So, sounds like you really liked it. So, why don't we just step into my office? Maybe we can look at some paperwork and figure out some good prices for you.
I think that sounds great. I do want to go over gas mileage.
Okay.
So that's definitely something I do need to know with a vehicle. I know that diesels generally have a different gas mileage than gas, and that's typically what we're used to. So it's a whole new spectrum for me.
Okay, because we can go over that as well. I'll have more information with the paperwork inside, since I don't have that out here. So we can go through that when we finally kind of wrap things up.
Okay, I like the sound of that.
Perfect. All right, so why don't we sit down and go over some paperwork then?
I think I'm ready.
Perfect. All right. Get the jacket on. All right. So I'm just going to bring forth some of the contracts that we have here and also information on the truck that we can go over further.
Okay, sounds great. I think that's necessary.
All right, Regina, so I've collected some of the paperwork here for the vehicle. Here's your copy of it as well, so you can see there. I'll just run through some of the basic stats of the truck that we saw outside there today. So that was a 1995 Dodge Ram Cummins 12 valve. And it is a turbo diesel, which I would highly suggest, especially if you are hauling boats. It's optimal for torque and towing, especially if you're going to be pulling very heavy things out of the water. Four-wheel drive is equipped on that model as well as the other 4 trucks that I do have on my lot. The odometer, though, is at 277,000 miles. Now, that might be striking to you or some people who don't realize it, but the Cummins motor, especially like any other turbo diesel motors, they are extremely good for high mileage. So they usually average around 500,000, even up to close to $1 million on some of them. So the maintenance can be done by us as well. So that's another key feature too. The other trucks that we have in the lot are going to be a little bit newer and have less miles. So they are going to be a little bit higher in the price range. This will be the cheapest one that we have on the lot today. Some of the other options and features that we do have on the truck as well that we went through was the 6-inch lift kit. We also have the larger tires that will help with hauling and towing. That stack in the back bed, which we can go through that if you'd like later. The bed liner, which is in all 4 models. That 5th ball hookup, which again is in all of our models. Tow mirrors, which could be optional, was placed on this truck, could fit on the other ones. The LED front lights, again for optimal night vision. And then the normal trailer hookup that's on all 4 trucks. So listing for that truck right now sits at $12,000.
Okay, so yeah, like you mentioned, the odometer is something that does strike me. So really, normally they go to 500,000 and upward.
Oh, absolutely. They are rated very high and very reliable and strong motors.
So that would make sense why they're more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then for the lift kit, the tires, the stack, those were things that I did have some issues with, but I really like the bed liner and the 5th ball. Tow mirrors I would want on all 4, just for towing purposes, obviously. The LED lights as well. The normal trailer hookup, as you said, that's on all 4. Obviously, that'd be something that we would need. But I don't think that I can offer you $12,000 right now. I think for our price range, if I also add in the other 3 vehicles, would be somewhere around like $9,500 to $10,000.
So that number is a little bit lower than my estimate. And I can see if you do want me to remove the stack, though, that is going to be an $800 fee because we do have to reroute and actually build the exhaust back. So with that, I could probably take it down maybe to 11. Would be the lowest I can go since we do have to do work to the vehicle.
Okay, so after hearing that, I think that our best option at Gordy's would be to leave the lift. As you said, there's some benefits for it, but I think we will have to take off the stack. I'm really just not comfortable with having such a big stack and rolling so much coal onto our customers' boats. And also, if they have a white boat cover, that's damaged. That's completely done, and that's an expense that we would then have to pay. So I think that maybe if we take off the stack, but we keep the lift, I can offer you $10,500, and I can take it today. I can call Luke, and I can have him send me another person from Gordy's, and we can take it off your lot today.
All right, so $10,500, it looks like it's doable, especially if you can do it today. So I'd definitely get Luke on the phone to send somebody over here.
Okay, sounds great.
All right, so I'm just going to have you sign here, and the deal should be all set.
Sounds great. I guess I'm going to get Luke on the phone. It was
Perfect.
great to work with you.
Thank you, and you as well. I know you're recording it too.